Now this here's part 3, in case you're keeping count of these things. Well, hobos worked the migratory labor out for many years. They always knew when and where seasonal work would crop up. Much of it was agricultural work. They were the first of the migratory workers, you see. And way back in those days, in every town, there was a street corner where fellas knew they could gather on a Monday if they was looking for work, because fellas who were looking to hire fellas knew they could go there on a Monday morning too and find some laborers. And so they'd pull up in their truck and they'd get out and they'd say, I got such and such work, I'll pay you such and such per hour, and it'll last such and such a time. How many want to do it? And if you raised your hand, you got in the truck and you went off and had work for a week or 2 or a month or whatever. So the hobo was a worker, but he was not a walking beaten worker. He traveled from job to town and from town to job, and he traveled from job to job, and when not on a job he would travel from town to town. But what I'm trying to tell you is he traveled a lot. Yeah, well, now the hobo was a wanderer and a homeless vagabond who rode trains whenever possible. He was always willing to do some work, even when he had to mooch in hard times. If he came up to somebody's back door and asked for a handout of a sandwich, he might offer to chop your wood or sharpen your knives or things like that. If a hobo got a steady job that he liked, and he was getting along with his boss and management in general, he might work for a year or 2 before the rambling fever got the best of him and he lit out on the road again. So it was quite common for an employer to hire the same man 10, 15 times over a period of many years as the fella came and went and came and went. Many of these fellas were good workers, conscientious employees. But the hobo was essentially a wanderer, a free-spirited human who put his love of personal freedom ahead of his desire for worldly gain. Pretty soon on, every hobo learned that you'll never get anywhere fast. And that's the title of this song, an old song that I wrote last week. Well, I was caught up in freight trains way out on the Great Lakes. They threw me in jail for 3 days. But when I got out, I started to hitchhike. I got where it's going just the same. You know I've run and I've rambled, scraped and I've scrambled, but I never got anywhere fast. And now I think I know that if you take things slow, everything seems like it lasts. I had a job at a log camp north of the big slam. The foreman said hit the road. He wanted to cut trees as fast as they could be. He said that I did it too slow. I said I've run and I've rambled, scraped and I've scrambled, but I never got anywhere fast. And now I think I know that if you take things slow, everything seems like it lasts. Well, ask me a favor, and I'll gladly do it for free. But if it's got to be done real fast, well, I guess that you shouldn't ask me. I even tried driving taxis in New York City, but I saw that my head was not safe. Such crazy places, everyone races to be the first in the grave, not me. I've run and I've rambled, scraped and I've scrambled, but I never got anywhere fast.